A very good morning to all of you. In this class, I am going to start with the chapter or unit first, diversity in the living organism. So, students, in this unit, we are going to discuss about the different chapters. The chapter first is the living world, second chapter is biological classification, and third chapter is plant kingdom, and the fourth chapter is animal kingdom. So we are in this unit we are going to discuss about the chapter first, the living world. So what is the living world? First we discuss about the different hypotheses. That means the different scientists uh, denoted that the living organism shows different characteristics. So, in the world, so many living organisms are present. A wide range of living types is amazing. The extraordinary habitats in which we find living organisms. That means, in our world, there are so many uh, trophic so many levels are present, trophical levels are present, like or ecosystem are present. That means desert ecosystem, pond ecosystem, then trophical ecosystem, land ecosystem, aquatic ecosystem, ocean. In the aquatic ocean ecosystem is also present. So according to the ecosystem, the wide range of living organism shows the wide range of diversity. That means if we talk about the deciduous forest, not only single species, two species, and hundred of species, a million of species are present in deciduous forest. Like oceans, there are in ocean, uh, if we compare in between the organism of land and the organism of ocean, so there is also diversity is present. Those characteristic those are shown by land or terrestrial animal. Actually they these important characteristics are not shown by the ocean animal, ocean organisms. So that shows the also shows the diversity. Now if we talk about freshwater lakes, so fresh water fishes are shows very different characteristic as compared to the river water, as compared to the ocean water. So on the basis of most of the ocean fishes are cartilaginous, where that means the endoskeleton is formed by cartilage mainly. Now, if we talk about the freshwater fishes, they are osteichthyes type. That means endoskeleton are formed by the bones mainly. So that shows the huge diversity. But in the some of the organism also can live in the most adverse condition. That means at the polar end there are so many organisms present, because the most harsh condition present, or most harsh environment present at the polar region. But beside these, the living organism also find at the on the polar region at with a specific characteristic. For example, archaebacteria, methanogens, these are some living organism, or they are present in the at the polar region, or in the adverse mycoplasma. In the adverse condition, they also can survive at the in the adverse condition too. So the first is a technical one and seek answer to what living is as opposed to non-living, and the second is philosophical one and seeks answer to what the purpose of life is. So we are going to discuss about in this chapter what first we discuss about what is living. So There are so many characteristics which are shown by the living organism that are growth. They can show growth. That means if we talk about human, so they can grow. The height of, if yourself at the age of 1 year is different as compared to the height of today's life, present day, sorry. So that means you grow in the past, during the past 10 year. Now uh, 10 or 16 year, for example, just only. So when we discuss about a plant, so when we show seeds in the ground, the seed will grow or develop roots. Then from the seed, the two first leaf originate or help in photosynthesis. From this, after 10 days, after 1 month, so many leaves get arise from the seed, or from the little twig also said to me. So that represents the growth. Now second is reproduction. So living organism show reproduction. That means if you are living organism, you reproduce your offspring. If we talk about plants, plants also develop, flowering plants develop seeds for the growth of offspring. If we talk about single cell organism, they reproduce simply by binary fission. That means the whole body of these organism breaks from the nucleus, and the two offspring get formed, as in case of amoeba. So overall, from single cell to multicellular organism, from prokaryotes like bacteria to eukaryotic organism, from single or solitary to colonial organism, every and each organism shows reproduction. So reproduction is should be taken as characteristic of living organism. Now ability to sense environment and mount a suitable response come to our mind. That means if any mosquito bite us on feet, so we respond, our hand respond for the um, biting by the mosquito. That means when any mosquito, when any small insect bite us, so our response is, our quick response arises. That so what is the meaning of this line? That the if any insect bite on our leg, for example, at that reason, so many the swelling may occur, the redness of skin may occur. That shows the response of our body simply. Or sometime our hand also unconsciously move at that site for itching or rubbing the particular site. Now next is so overall these are the unique feature of living organism. One can add a few more features like metabolism. Metabolism is simply a process, a group of reaction for the synthesis of required product. If you are going to respire, respire or cellular respiration, the glucose molecule undergoes in the breakdown, or that process is known as glycolysis. In the breakdown of glucose, the formation of two molecules of pyruvic acid. During the breakdown of glucose, the uh, bond energy used in the form of ATP. So overall, these steps which involve in the breakdown of glucose include in the metabolism. So, metabolism is a process of anabolism and catabolism. Catabolism or anabolism is simply a synthesis of molecule, and catabolism is a breakdown of molecule. So, during the glycolysis there is breakdown of molecule because the glucose undergoes in the formation of 2 pyruvic acid. There is glucose only one molecule of 6 carbon, and the conversion of one molecule of 6 carbon into 2 molecule of pyruvic acid, and each molecule formed by the 3 carbon. So overall there is a breakdown of glucose, 6 carbon containing glucose into 3 carbon containing pyruvic acid of 2 molecules. So that is a metabolism. So every and each cell undergoes in metabolism for the formation of different enzymes and also different products and ATP too, like glycolysis. So many metabolic reaction occur in our body, inside our cell, for the formation of different types of enzyme, protein and products. Like now, ability to self replication. Ability to self replication, that if we undergoes in reproduction, so reproduction only performed by cell when the genetic material of cell undergoes in replication. Replication is simply a method of formation of two sets of genetic material. So if the two sets of genetic material are not formed by any cell, so cell simultaneously do not undergoes any type of division, asexual or sexual, binary fission or binary fission, just like budding and just like budding and binary fission, which is a type of asexual reproduction. So replication involve the duplication of genetic material. Self organized interaction, next is self organized interaction and emergence to this list. Self organized interaction, that means the living organism interact with uh, each other in an organized manner. Now some of the let us discuss these top points in detail. So the first point is all living organism grow. So according to this line, increase in mass and increase in number of uh, individuals are twin characteristic of growth. Simply the line meaning is, if we talk about multicellular organism, so cell grows by the multicellular organism grows by simply cell division. But in plants, the growth of the plant continuous occurs continuously throughout their lifespan. So throughout the lifespan, but in case of animals, they can grow only up to a certain age. That means if we discussing we are going to discuss about the animals, or like humans or any other animals, example of animals, they actually grow up to the certain age. If we talk about human cannot be grow more than after 20 years, for example. So many living organisms also not grow by 1 year, by 2 month, 3 month, 4 month, with respect to the or type of organism. It is simply according to the type of organism. Now, so if we talk about the plant or if we talk about the other living organism, they or unicellular living organism, they grow by simply cell division. So in majority of higher animals or higher plant, growth and reproduction are mutually exclusive events. That means if we talk about unicellular organism, growth and reproduction are similar. They grow by the cell division and can reproduce also by the cell division. But in case of higher animals and plants, they only grow. Growth and reproduction both are two different process. If we talk about the growth, the living organism undergoes in mitosis division, but division is required. Similarly, if we talk about the reproduction, so the higher plant and higher animal undergoes in reproduction by sexual method. So they simply undergoes in meiosis division rather than the mitosis division. So two different type of division takes place by for the different phenomena. That means if we talk about the growth, then the plant and animal undergoes in the mitosis division, or if we talk about the reproduction, so they undergoes. If we talk about the reproduction is also a specific phenomena. There are two kinds of reproduction, sexual or asexual reproduction. So if we talk about the reproduction, asexual reproduction, simply a mitosis division. But if we talk about the sexual reproduction, so in the sexual reproduction, they undergoes in the meiosis division. Undergoes in meiosis division. So overall, this is the phenomena of the reproduction. Now, but if we talk about the non-living organism, so non-living organism will also grow, because if we talk about the mountains, so accumulation of rocks, soil will form mountain. Okay. Now, living organism can also grow by the accumulation of material on the surface. So because of the growth is shown by non-living organism also, because if we talk about the our home, during 1 year or during the construction of our home, our home build up slowly. First one floor form, then after second floor form, for example, and then after third floor. So the formation of or construction of 2, 3, 4 floor also represent the growth of our home. That means the growth is also shown by the non-living organism too. So we cannot be taken as a defining property of growth, as a defining property of living organism. Now, on the basis of these, there are so many exceptions present according to the definition of growth. So growth cannot be taken as living property or defining property of living organism. Now next point is, can we take reproduction and living or reproduction as living defining property of living organism? Now let us discuss about the reproduction. So in multicellular organism, reproduction refer to the production of progeny or the formation of progeny is progeny by the sexual reproduction is a reproduction. Now, organism reproduced by asexual mean also fungi multiply is, and spread due to the millions of formation of asexual spores. In planaria, there is also formation of for radia larva, um, sorry, radia larva by the parthenogenesis, or without fertilization, or fungi such like filamentous algae, or they also fungi or filamentous algae and the protonema of mosses easily can reproduce, or unicellular algae or amoeba shows the reproduction in is synonymous with growth. That means if we talk about unicellular algae or amoeba, they reproduce just like growth. So growth is a simply the living organism undergoes in mitosis division to form a same cell. In amoeba, the same process included because there is no any sex organ, so they don't cannot perform the sexual reproduction, or not undergoes in the form in meiosis division. They simply grow or reproduce by mitosis division. So both the growth and reproduction are synonymous. Now we have already defined the growth. So growth and on the basis of the growth and reproduction in amoeba, or just like or in unicellular organism, it cannot be defined or generally differentiate the growth and reproduction in living or in the unicellular organism. So and also there are so many organisms which do not reproduce, mainly they are sterile, like mules which is a combination or the formed by the horse and donkey by the mating in between the horse and donkey, or mules are simply sterile, these are sterile. Worker bees are also a female, but they are also sterile, or some of the infertile humans couple, or just like these some several examples are present on earth now. So if the organism cannot reproduce, if the organism cannot reproduce, so they cannot be taken as can be taken as living organism. So absolutely this cannot be taken as defining property, the reproduction cannot be taken as defining property of living organism, because every and each organism cannot reproduce. There are so many examples of living organism present on earth that are sterile with respect if we talk about their characteristics. So they are sterile, but they actually they are living organism. So we cannot be taken as the living organism as defining property of reproduction as defining property of living organism. So another characteristic of life is metabolism. Now what is metabolism? The metabolism simply that the chemical or related with the chemicals and related with the reactions in our body. So conversion of chemical or substrate into the product, or so many chemical reaction or metabolic reaction performed by our cell. So belonging to the various classes, sizes, functions, etc. The changes into one molecule into the one biomolecule into the another biomolecule. So that is a metabolism. So is the metabolism is the defining property of living organism? So no such non-living organism exhibit the metabolism. Each and every organism shows the reaction. If we talk about the cell-free demonstration of the reaction, the metabolic reaction can be demonstrated outside the body in cell-free system. An isolated metabolic reaction outside the body of an organism performed in the test tube is neither living nor non-living. That means if we talk about the metabolism in the laboratory, so that metabolism not performed simultaneously, they are performed by the scientist or the individual. So there is no such example of metabolism present uh, non in non-living organism present on earth. So that's why we can take metabolism as defining property of living organism. Now cellular organization of body is the defining feature of the life form. Cellular organization simply because of this purpose during the so cellular organism can be taken as the defining property of living organism. So is the stimulus or consciousness is the defining property of living organism. So consciousness or respond towards for the stimulus is the defining property of living organism. We sense our environment through our sense organ. Plants respond to external factors like light, water temperature, other organisms, pollutants. So all organisms from the prokaryote to the most complex eukaryote can sense and respond to the environmental cues. So photoperiodic effects reproduction in seasonal breeders, both plants and animals. That means some of the plants reproduce only, why reproduce only in winter season, why reproduce only in spring season, or some of the plant only reproduce in the summer season. So there are so many seasons are present, and according to the according to the season, they shows their important characteristic, shows their mode of reproduction, they simply mode of reproduction in plants. That means asexual reproduction only takes place during the favorable condition only, uh, but the sexual reproduction by the plant can also perform during the unfavorable condition only. So so many phenomena of the life form performed by the living organism. So every and each organism or living organism uh, shows respond to any stimulus, so that the consciousness therefore represents or is a defining property of living organism. So here is the overall the living organism. If we conclude uh, all these things, so we find that metabolism is the defining property of living organism, consciousness is the defining property of living organism, and cellular organization is the defining property of living organism. Other than these, the reproduction cannot be taken as defining property of living organism, and growth too cannot be taken as defining property of living organism. So here is overall, if we talk about what is living, or what is life. So life is simply, the living is simply uh, the the distinctive characteristic exhibited by living organism. That distinctive characteristic is they can they can they can show uh, the metabolism happen in the living organism, cellular organization also present in the living organism, and respond towards the stimuli shown by the living organism. So students, here is the overall about what is living of chapter first. I hope you like this video. Keep listening and watching me, and thank you for listening and watching me.